Hello, thanks for joining me on my first day of the year ski. It's nice to be out and about, really enjoying myself here. Got my dog, Shelby Thurthers, and just really admiring the beauty of this place. I'm always talking about life and kindness and love, but a big part of our life is death. And a lot of us try to avoid the conversation. And it doesn't have to be scary. It's a natural progression of life. We have our stages in life when we're in our infancy the spring, the summer, the fall, and the winter of our years. Well, here we are, and we know what spring brings. And it's the same thing for us. We are no different as species on this planet, that we have our spring and our summer and our fall and our winter. And how we spend that time is really, really important to how we leave this world. If we spend our time in a good way, doing positive things and positive thoughts, I believe that regardless of what happens in life, that we are better equipped to face it. I read something somewhere recently about if God is real, why does he let bad things happen to good people? Whether God's real or not is irrelevant. And what God you pray to is irrelevant. The reality is, good things happen to good people, and bad things happen to bad people. And the same is true that good things happen to bad people, and bad things happen to good people. And that's just life. That's the way life is. We go through life thinking that we have some sort of birthright to a good life, and we take that for granted because of the situation that we're born into and the freedoms that we're born into. I want us all to keep in mind that it's a matter of chance. It's just a matter of chance that I was born into this life. I could have been born into a entirely different life and raised with entirely different values and how and influences in my life. And the same is true for you, regardless of who you are, what your ethnic background is. It's just a matter of chance, you see. But we are all people. We're brothers and sisters on this land, in this place. Value that. Value that. Some of us are born into property. Some of us are born into poverty. Some of us are born into very, very difficult circumstances. And as children, we do mimic the influences around us. And we grow up and we start to develop this internal belief that you take any infant baby, totally innocent, and we put our values on that baby, into that baby. But the values that we instill is our responsibility. And it's their spring. Let them flourish. Listen to them. Listen to their wants and desires. Encourage them. Send them down a good road. Teach them how to make decisions. Teach them how to make decisions. Critical based on the information that they have. So we get to the end of our life. And I remember my father on his deathbed telling me, son, if you get to the end of your life and you look back and you haven't intentionally hurt anybody and you have few regrets, you've lived a pretty good life. And that's true. If you have your memory. Some of us don't die with our memory. Some of us die not knowing who our loved ones are. And that is incredibly sad. And it doesn't matter if you're a good person or not a good person. If you end up with dementia, it's hard. And I imagine it's scary. Alzheimer's, so many things. Be aware of that. Cliche to say, be the change you want to see in the world. But it's true. Be that change. Be courageous. Be courageous enough to break away from the herd. You're free. Your mind is free. And work at keeping your mind free and open. Listen. Listen to when people talk to you. Even if you think you know. Don't say, oh, I know. No, you listen. Because there might be one little pearl of wisdom, one little pearl that connects this concept to this concept. And together, you have something really powerful. And it's yours because you listened. And it's yours to share. Information is power. And we all wonder, what happens? What happens after death? Well, like me, you're going to have to wait and find out. And I have my friend, my dear friend, Jason. Ooh, listen to that wind. Ho, 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 ho. It's coming. My dear friend, Jason. Very strong Christian. Devout. And I'm not so much. I jokingly say, at the end of our days, we're going to find out one of us has been duped. But it's only at the end of those days that we really truly find out. Death is a part of my culture. We don't hide away from it. We don't hide away from talking about it. It's pretty common actually to talk about death and what we want. It's hard. It's a difficult conversation. But it's a conversation worth having. We talk about death in advance. So there's no mistakes. There's nothing left for interpretation. No? Like the last will and testament. But we talk about it when we know, when we have a clear mind. Talk about it while we know who our loved ones are and know what we want done in the event, when that time comes. Not in the event of our death, but when that time comes, because it comes to us all. I, for one, want to die with a clear conscience. I want to die knowing that I've made a difference in lives, people's lives. And you could be the difference in one life that's going to make the difference in this world. You never know. You never know who you're going to influence. You never know who you're going to come across. Life is a beautiful thing. It should be cherished, not taken for granted. So let's cherish that. Cherish life. Our life, and the life around us, and the lives of others. And celebrate that. Celebrate that regardless of our differences. We're into 2022 now. This is our first day. Make a difference. Be good. Be safe. And be kind.